we want to deal with files, we need this fstream file. Okay, and we can create two type of files, one for reading and one for writing. Okay, so the for the reading is actually in file. Okay, and for the writing is output file, o file. Okay, but as I told you, if you remember, we will use fstream. Stream is for both. Okay, so if we use this one, okay, uh, you can actually change this one to I stream. Okay, you see I stream, so then it will become uh, mm, IO IF stream. Okay, it will become only for reading purpose. And if I change this one to OF stream, then this one will be only for a writing purpose. So we cannot use the same variable for reading anymore then. So the best way that use just f stream. Okay, and f stream variable is used for both, for reading also, for writing also. Okay, so now this variable, this program is doing what? We have we have a file. Okay, uh, for example, we have a file. uh, let's suppose this is our file, and this is this file text2. Its name we can give, so this text2. Okay, and here are, let's suppose, some numbers like 10, 20, whatever is it. Number is not necessary, whatever is it here. Okay, and let's suppose this is our program. So when we use this fstream object, it gives us the facility to link with the file. And when we create a variable of this type, okay, and when we call the function open, then after this line, the program, let's suppose this whole program and the file has a linkage between them. It has a connection now, so we can read. Okay, read from the file to the program. So the data will come from the file to the program, and we can actually write also to the file because we are using f stream. And if you use if stream, okay, if stream, that is only for reading. Okay, if stream. And if you use of stream, that is only for writing. Okay, so therefore I am strongly recommending that you use f stream. F stream is for both. Okay, f stream is for both. Sorry. Okay, so once we open the file, we can read from the file. So we can check it that if not read, meaning to say if, okay, once you see this one, once the link is established successfully, then actually it returns a true status. Okay, a true status, then this file will have a status true. Okay, so if not true, then we can check if this the file couldn't open. Okay, and after that, while f read, okay, meaning to say as long as we can read, okay, then you can display the data. So you see, this is the read file, this is the variable that we have created, and the same insertion character that we are using for cin statement. But previously when we were using this one, we were using cin. Okay, in place of this it was cin. Okay, so when we use cin is used to get input from keyboard. But when we use the fstream variable, in this case, the read file variable, okay, so it has a linkage with the file. Now it will read character from the file and storing in this variable. And this is a numeric integer variable. Okay, so once a read from the file, okay, let me draw once again. So we have this file and this program. So after this line, it will create a link between these two. Okay, now we can read and we can write. So when we run this line, okay, it reads one number from the file. Okay, well, let's suppose the 10 is read from the file and store in this integer variable. And later on we are using normal cout statement and displaying this number to the screen. Okay, so this is computer screen. Okay, for computer screen we are using cout. Okay, and for as a output, and for file as a output we are using of stream or f stream. Okay, and the same variables are the same operator, the extraction and insertion operators are used the same. Okay, so if the it depends on the object, which object you are using. If the object is the file object, then the operator is reading and writing from file. And if the object is cout and cin, then the operators are reading and writing uh, from keyboard and to the computer screen. Okay, so just to give you a review, using this program, we can read from the file. So if you look at the file, you see the file has these numbers 30, 40. So if I run this program, okay, so if I run this one, you will see that the data has been displayed from oh, it asked, yeah, it asked from about the file name. So marks 2.txt. Okay, and now you see the data is here. So last time we did this already. Now how to write to a file. Okay, the same thing and the same concept is that we have a file. Now we want to write to the file, not read from the file. Okay, how to write to a file? You see of string, but I will strongly recommend that you use just f string. You can use when you have f string, you can read and write. So you will be able to use the same variable, the same object for both purpose. But if you make it specify only of string, then you can use this variable only for writing to the file, not from reading to the file. Okay, so I will strongly recommend just use f string. These three numbers I'm just I created to get values from the user, and one value store here, one value store here, one value store here, and after that I want to write these numbers to the file, and the file name is numbers.txt. You see this is the file. You see here is nothing. Even if you see, let me show you, let me delete the file. Okay, you see no file is here anymore with these numbers.txt. What will happen if the file doesn't exist? The C++ will create it. Okay, this is a rule. If the file exists, it will make a link with that. If the file doesn't exist, then the C++ will create it. So create and link will establish, then the program can read and write to the file because we are using f string. Okay, now this is just a simple statement to get a number from user, store in this variable, get another number from user, store in this variable, get another number from user and store here. So we get three numbers from user and storing in a three different variables. And after that, you see, we are using the not cout. If we use cout here, then will be display on the screen. But we are using the output f stream object. So this one is only working with file. So it will write whatever is in this variable in the file. Okay, then second time again, and you see after that new line, the new line will be also written to the file, meaning to say next number will be written a new line, and the same for the third number. And then this is cout, this will display on computer screen, not in the file, because we are using cout. Okay, and after that, once we use the file, then close the file. So three things: open the file, use the file, and then close the file. Okay, so you see here no numbers.txt file exist in my folder. Okay, save it, and if I run this program, yeah, so the point is that if you are using OF stream for output file, specially, then it will create the file. Okay, you see, I am stopping the program and deleting the file. You see, delete, delete the file. Okay, now if I am using OF stream, okay, and run it, see, look at here, you see numbers.txt created. Okay, and then if I write 12, 22, 23. So the point is that if you are using OF stream, it will create the file. You see that the data will be written to that. And if you are using normal F stream or input stream, it will not create the file. Okay, let's quickly check this once again. Okay, let's close this. Let's delete the number file. You see, I'm deleting. Okay, now if I'm using OF stream, okay, save this thing and then run the coding. Look at here, it will create the file. You see numbers created, nothing is here. Now if I run the code, okay, and give the numbers, something, something, and something. So if you open once again, you see these data are written there. So the point is that if you use OF stream, if the file exists, then we'll open. If the file doesn't exist, the C++ will create it. Okay, but if the file already exists and you want to read and write to it, then use fstream. Okay, and if you want to create the file, then use ofstream. Okay, so this is one way. Another way, if you want to write a text data, still can. You see, ofstream output file and the demo file.txt. You see, we are again using ofstream, so demo file.txt is not here. Okay, so when this line run, it will create the file here. Okay, and this will be just a message, and then cout, you see, directly writing to the file. You see the file, this file variable and the insertion operator, and whatever you want here, including new line, uh, it will write there. For example, I love programming and development. Okay, so if I write like this, you see this file doesn't exist in this tree, but if I run it, it will create. Look at here. Oh, there is a message. I think I didn't save it, or my demo file.txt does. Yeah. Okay, wait. Something is wrong. Should not be anything wrong. Yeah, save properly. Now run. Yeah, so done. So you see the demo file.txt created here already, you see, and if you open, then the text is there. I love programming and development. So this is the way how to write to a file. Okay, so write to a file and read from a file. Okay, so sometime we want a lot of data to read from the file. Okay, and sometimes we want to read from the file and then do some calculation. For example, if we want to read this numbers.txt, you see these three numbers from here. I think I should make it simple, then we can see what should be the sum. Okay, so 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. Okay, so save this one. Now if I, this program is to read from this file, you see these numbers, and then apply some operations. So if you have this type of requirement, then you can do like this. You say ifstream only for reading purpose. We are not writing to it. So four variables, one, the first value will store here, second value store here, third value store here, sum will have sum of all these. So in file.open numbers.txt, it is already here. So you see in file first value, in file second value, it will read the first value, second value, third value, and will store here. After that, no need to open the file anymore. Close it. Okay, and then do the calculation here because we already stored in a two variable, and then display the sum. Okay, so let's run. You see, here are the numbers 4, 6, and 4, and here is the sum. Okay, so the 14. So this is also a way to read from file, store in local variable, and then do apply calculations. I am sharing this coding and this concept because this will help you in your group assignment. Okay, sometimes we need like too much data. You see, for example, here we just read three values. But if the file has a lot of data, meaning to say hundreds and thousands of numbers are there, so how to know how many times I should use this reading statement? So in that case, we can use like this. You see, input file that open the numbers.txt, and then I will use while loop. You see, while input file numbers. So you see this input file, this object actually not only read a character from the file, but it returns a state also. If it can successfully read a character, then it returns true. And if it cannot read anymore due to any reason, then it will return false. So when it reads successfully and return true, okay, like this, okay, true, then while true, the program, the loop will be true, and the whatever has been read, okay, that will be displayed. You see this one read from the file, store in this variable, and simply display. So meaning to say, this style of reading will read from the beginning of the file until the end of the file, and this is also called end of the file. Okay, EOF, end of the file. So this is another way. Sometimes we want to write more data to the file. Okay, for example, OF stream for writing purpose. This program is that if you want to store data in a file about different days of sale. So int number of days, for how many days you want to save data, and the sales data. So see out how many days do you want to have a cell. You see this, it will get a value from user and will store here. Then open the file and then use a loop and use the number of days and then get value for each day and save there. Okay, and you see output file and save into the cell file. So in this way you can write as many text to a file as you want. If I am going faster, then you can ask any question, but I was going a bit faster because we have already covered this in our last class. Any one of you who is confused and who don't know anything, I will explain again and again and again. So please don't shy. If you have any question, any confusion, okay, so please let me know. Hello.
So far,
No
so
question.
good, sir.
So far so good, huh?
Yes.
Sir, I have a question,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Okay, good.
If you create the file through the program, sir, how do you determine where it places the file, sir?
If I create a file, how I will know?
Where the program puts the file it created?
Oh, okay, okay. Note the point that if you don't give here a path, okay, then the program will create the file where the C++ file is. Okay. For example, this one, write to a file. This program is here. You see, write to file. You see, write to file. This file is here in this class examples, and inside this class examples files folder. Okay, so I am deleting this file. What's that? The demo. You see the demo file.txt. I am deleting this one, demo files.txt. You see this one, I am deleting here. So the file, this write to file 2, this is, you see, write to file 2, this one. This is in this folder, so it will create the txt file also in the same folder. Okay, if you don't give a path here. Okay, you see, so I didn't give any path. So if I save this one and run the coding, you see the file is created. Okay, demo file type is created. Let's see here. You see, already created. In the list here will be
Up, sir.
yeah, this one. You see, this is already created and the text is written to that. So you see where in which folder is the C++ program, in the same folder it will create. Okay, and if you want that it should create somewhere else. Okay, for example, if you want to create here, then let me give you this path. Okay, so I will give this path. But you see here the backslash is a character in C++, so we will give another backslash to skip it. Okay, double backslash to skip the purpose of a backslash. So meaning to say, you see, like backslash n, backslash t, C++ is considering this like a that type of character. So to skip that one, then we will provide another backslash. Okay, now you see it will be created here. You see no file, demo file is here. So if I run this coding, yeah, so done, the file is created, okay, and if I see, you see, this file is created here now. So it is not in that folder. So meaning to say, if you give a full path, then it will create on that path. Okay. If you don't give a full path, then it will create in the same folder where the C++ file is. It's a good question, and it is always confusion to students when they are dealing with files. Okay, so very good question. Any other question? Any confusion? Maybe there
So
will be.
you do the same thing if you want to read a file from a different folder, sir?
Okay,
You
to,
give
to
the path?
read from different folder. Okay, you see, I am reading from this one. You see, the same thing. Okay, so now I will use. Let me use OF stream. Okay, using OF stream, I can read and write both. Right. So here I will copy the path. I will copy this path and paste here. And as I told you, okay, that we need to skip the backslash. We are telling the C++ to ignore the backslash. So to ignore the backslash, put another backslash. Okay, then it will ignore it. Okay, now you see I am reading from that one. I'm changing. You see. Okay, so it is a text data. You see, if I open this, it is a text data. Okay, and then I will create what is called that string variable. I will add let's say include string. String. Okay, and here I will create a string variable. With the name data. Okay, so here I will change this thing to reading. Okay, and will store in this variable. Okay, I am reading from there. You see, using this and storing here, and you see we can do like this also, that using a loop. Okay, using a loop, I will read until the end of the file. For example, while, and here I will use this thing, cut from here, use here. Okay, and here I will do what? Just see out whatever we have read from the file, the data to a screen. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me reduce the space, and after that, once we done, then we will close the data and then we will say done. Okay, save the coding and run. Yeah, you see, I'm keep displaying without any spacing. You see, I love programming and development and done. You see, without any spacing, without any what is called yeah. So you see, if you want, you can add some spacing, backslash t, and should we and here I should add backslash n. Yeah, let's see now. Save it and run it. Yeah, you see, I love programming and even when this time I add the backslash t, then this one ending line. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, good question. You see, so from where you want to read, just provide the full path. But in Windows system, we are using single slash, but for C++, to skip that one, we need to provide extra slash. Any other question? Hello guys, there will be some student who are so confused maybe, and they are shy to ask.